What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Wrestle Relaunch is back. Part 3, Episode 3.
It's funny
We got a
how.
fun one for you.
Hold on, sorry to cut you off. It's funny how we're recording episode 3 and we're not going to go chronological order.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, but we got a fun one for you guys today. Ain't that right, Bill?
That is exactly right.
Well, they see this.
Because this is not the first time that this topic has been approached this year.
It is true. Very true. Well, it looks like Tony Salami had some words for Jim Cornette. Or about Jim Cornette and many others. Where is it? Let me find it. Well, it seems Tony Khan. Well, it started with Dax Harwood talking about not Tony Khan, talking about Tony Khan, talking about Jim Cornette. You have the quote pulled up, don't you, Bill?
Yeah.
What did Dax Harwood say? He brought it up first, and then that's how it got into Tony Salami's mouth.
Well, I got a chance on the break, the short little break that we took,
Mhm.
to listen to the media scrum,
Yes.
and Tony Khan was talking about some of the vocal critics of AEW, and he brought up Booker T, and he said, Booker T, when you've been doing this as long as Booker T, you can say these things. I have nothing but respect for Booker T. He's very critical of AEW. There are a lot of things that Booker T says that he can do better, and Tony Khan agrees and takes the criticism as productively as he can and will occasionally make a good decision. But once again, Tony Khan decided that he was going to open his mouth and start talking about his hero and the guy who got him into wrestling like that.
Are we talking about Jim Cornette?
Just as Booker T, also some of the other vocal critics of AEW, including Jim Cornette, one of the more vocal critics, but at times also a lot of what he has to say is very fair. I appreciate the positive stuff.
And that is quote from Tony Khan.
This is the second time this year that Tony Khan has mentioned Jim Cornette. It is no secret. Originally, when AEW first brought in FTR, Khan wanted Jim Cornette to manage FTR. It wouldn't have worked. I mean, Cornette and FTR would have been great because Cornette and FTR are professionals playing with children in a sandbox.
Yes.
AEW, to their credit, has gotten considerably better. Not on the injury front. These guys do not know how to wrestle a match to save their lives without injuring somebody major. To stay on topic here, wouldn't you guess who won the pony? Tony Khan and AEW. Jim Cornette's been saying forever that these guys are dangerous, they're working sloppy, they're working dumb, they're doing all this extra flippy shit for no reason, and somebody's going to wind up getting hurt.
Are we talking about the Cucamonga?
The Cucamonga kids, they get themselves hurt. We all saw the tag title match between the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express when Ray
Look.
Phoenix literally broke his arm.
Yes.
That was hard to watch.
Oh.
That was legit hard to watch. It's an extra spot for no reason that didn't have to happen.
It was completely
And Cornette
avoidable.
called that shit.
Completely
Ray
avoidable.
Phoenix. Ray Phoenix, one of the best pound for pound guys, one of the best pound for pound wrestlers on the planet. But he did all this excessive extra flippy shit. AAA would never let him do any of this stuff. Like, Tony Khan thinks this is what gets the fans. This is what gets all the kids riled up. This is how we're going to beat, the evil empire from up north. That's not how it works.
No.
Like you'll see a freak accident every once in a while when WWE does something stupid.
Yes.
We all watched NXT. We all saw it last year when the dude did the flip over the ropes and completely
Ugh.
Completely broke his leg.
Oh.
That was unfortunate. That was unnecessary. We all saw Rick Boogs at WrestleMania.
But if
That
you
didn't have to happen.
could I
That did not have to happen either.
could I compare? Can I add something? Compare it to
Nope.
AEW. What would you say? No.
No, I said go.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. Compare it to AEW. When you said it, like here and there, AEW is always it's frequent, back to back,
Look at
and WWE is just like well once in a while, not every week, every month. You know what I'm trying to say?
See, I'm gonna have you do some homework right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna vamp and monologue for a second. I want you to bring up list of injured wrestlers in AEW right now.
You said you want, oh my God, we were talking about this the other day too.
Yep. Bring up the list of injured wrestlers in AEW. No matter whether they're back already or not. We're going to include Brian Danielson, Adam Cole. Spoiler alert: Adam
Yeah.
Cole is days away from returning.
Hold on. I'm gonna start. You okay? We got yeah those
You
two.
bring that up. You bring that up. I will keep talking.
Okay. You want me to go through the
Oh,
list?
we've all seen the freak injuries. Like what happened to Big E in WWE. It's a freak accident. Like
Accidental.
it's like a belly to belly suplex on the outside. WWE's been doing this for a very long time. Nobody's ever gotten hurt like that. Big E landed the wrong way. It happens.
Yes.
Big E held no grudge. He knows that these things happen. He was one of the first to agree to the spot. He goes, I think the fans would love it because I'm a bigger guy and nobody's gonna suspect a bigger guy to be getting thrown around like that. Maybe they shouldn't have done it. Definitely, probably shouldn't have done it,
The,
but they did it. There's no undoing it.
yes.
You, I hope he's got a speedy recovery. I hope he can return one day. But you break your neck. It. Not everybody is Steve Austin.
Yes.
Like not everybody is Kurt Angle. If there's anybody that can do it, I think it's Big E. I
Yes.
would
Of
say
course.
it's Big E uh would be able to overcome that injury and find his way back. But once Sponge brings this list
No, I got it.
of
I got
homework
it.
back, we're talking. I'm talking like we're. I brought up three injuries over like the
WWE.
last
And this is all.
year in WWE.
And are you ready for the
This
injury
is
list of?
just. This is just I think since February or March, not including the big major injury. But Sponge, take it from the top.
Okay, kicking it off. You already said his name. We got Adam Cole in his first
Yep.
what months injured. We have Andrade, who has is barely making his return on Sunday, right? If I'm correct, right? For the Ric
Yep.
Flair. Chris Jericho has a broken nose, but he can still compete. But that's an injury,
Yep.
right?
That is an injury. Yes, it is.
CM Punk, broken foot. Very.
Yep.
Dante Martin's been wrestling with an injured knee. That's still an injury.
All right. Now hold up.
Oh,
Now those first four guys that you named,
yes. Big names.
name them slowly.
CM Punk, Adam Cole,
CM Punk, at the time, the reigning AEW World Champion, broken foot. Why? Probably did a spot he shouldn't have done.
that stupid flippy rope shit.
Who's after CM Punk?
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
The stupid barbed wire
So,
match.
also former AEW World Champion, the first AEW World Champion. You have two AEW World Champions down. You have two main event stars on this roster immediately down. Who's next?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, who won the Owen Hart tournament.
The
Adam Cole, who is a serious challenger for the AEW World Championship right now, also out. You have three main event guys down now. Okay, let's keep going on the list.
Alrighty. Do you think Andrade's ankle injury?
Uh, Andrade's a tough guy. I'm sure the injury is a lot worse than he's letting on, but he's not going to miss any appearances. Andrade has a lot to prove,
Darius Martin.
especially after that failed run with WWE.
Darius Martin got an injury from a nasty car accident. That's
Who?
I have no idea. It's some AEW wrestler. Oh. Speaking about AEW World Champions, you have Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega.
Multiple
Like,
surgeries.
this man was carrying them on the singles circuit and in the tag circuit. I don't like his style of wrestling. This is where I will agree immediately with Jim Cornette that he did too much that he shouldn't have been doing,
Yes.
but he was wrestling injured for a very long time.
Yes. Also,
They weren't they weren't going to have him nonsensical storyline wise drop the AEW world title. I mean, oops, look at what they just did with CM Punk and the whole interim world championship. Like it's not a great look.
that's like
Like
if Roman Reigns.
Kenny Omega can do it, but nobody else can do it. Like, come on.
Yeah. And then another. What is that? We're down to how many wrestlers already? I've said
You've named three
one,
world champions,
two,
and there have
three,
only been
four,
four.
five, six,
That's
seven people.
problematic.
Seven
You
people
named
injured already.
three AEW world champions. Oh, I'm sorry. There have been five. Uh, you named three AEW world champions, and there have only been five in the belt's history in the
Yes.
3 years that the company's been around.
And there's seven injured right there in total of the names. Next up is someone who's part of the Undisputed Era and the Red Dragons. Kyle O'Reilly. His injury is unknown, but he's also injured out.
Kyle O'Reilly is injured again.
Yup. This is recent too. This is July of
What?
2022.
You know what? He had his injury bug in WWE. He had his injury. He's having his injury bug now in AEW. I can't completely fault AEW for Kyle O'Reilly's injury woes.
Lee Johnson. I don't know who that is, but he has a knee injury. That's the ninth person of AEW. Do you know Lee Johnson?
No.
Layla Hirsch. That's the 10th torn ACL. Matt.
Oh my! Really, Layla Hirsch has a torn ACL.
Mhm.
That's unfortunate.
Her recovery time 6 to 9 months. Matt Jackson is
At at
working injured.
at least 6 to 9 months.
Matt Jackson is injured with an unknown. This is recent. This is from this week
Oh,
or
look!
last
One
week.
of the Cucamonga kids, one of the Flippy Floppies is hurt. Oh, look at that! If you go by all of the people on this list that are injured, outside of like CM Punk, there's not really anybody that Jim Cornette approves of wrestling style in AEW.
Yes.
He says all these guys do all this pretend ballerina wrestling, and he's not. Jim Cornette is not going to disparage wrestling for being scripted. The damage that these people take is real,
Yes, it
but
is very real.
when you make it look like a circus instead of actual like professional wrestling as they've been calling it, and Jim Cornette says you're doing too much, your people are going to get hurt, especially when they make a mockery of the sport, and they all start getting hurt because you're making a mockery of the sport, I would listen to the guy.
Yes. Up next, Captain Insano with a hip injury,
Captain Insano.
aka Paul, aka Paul White.
I'm so mad. Is he really listed as Captain
No,
Insano?
no, I just really wanted to say that.
Ah, god damn it. You know what? That was a good one,
That's
Sponge.
the 12th. But that's the 12th name. Up next is the Maurice of WWE of AEW, Penelope Ford. That's the
Ah,
13th.
see, I like her in ring ability. They just don't use her, so she's just wasted right now.
Someone who needs more work in the ring, Red Velvet, is also injured because she's an unsafe wrestler. I can say. I don't know about you, but she's on a lot of botch channels.
Yeah, the Seth Rollins of AEW.
Santana with his torn ACL from the stupid blood and guts avoidable match. We all
Yeah,
saw
no,
that.
you know what? You know what?
Yes.
Just he was in the ring, he was working the match, and then he just went down. Like he crumbled. Like when I was watching it like live, I
Yes.
told you on the phone.
Yeah, I
I was
remember.
like, dude, Santana just went down. Like, oh.
Number 16. This is 16 wrestlers, Keith. That's a lot for 1 year. We're on number 16. I don't know who she is, but her name is Sky Blue.
Yeah,
The girl with Dante Martin right now, cause she's injured.
yeah.
So that's 16. That's fucking absurd. 17,
Let's
the bunny.
let's the bunny's injured. Oh god damn it!
You were saying
Wow, AEW has the greatest women's division. They certainly don't know how to take care of them.
yes. Jeff Hardy is in.
Can we can we like I'm gonna put a pin in this for a second. Like,
Yeah,
can we bring up the one of the biggest names that was on that injury list until just like 2 days ago?
Jericho.
Brian
Brian
Danielson
Dine.
with
Oh yeah.
another head injury.
Wait, was this recent? Like this week?
Another head injury.
Is this
This
week?
like the head injuries and concussions were the reason he had to retire from WWE in the first place.
You're right.
And now he's getting more because they're unsafe in WWE in AEW. Like Jesus. Another main event world title contender.
Also, he got injured from that stupid anarchy in the arena. Avoidable, and he was the one that was choked out by the ropes, which was way more avoidable.
It's always avoidable. It's legit always avoidable.
And if you see this, the top AEW stars and AEW competitor champion competitors are getting injured from gimmick matches. I don't know if you've seen that repetition. Whew. Oh yeah. Also number 18 or 19 because you put Brian Danielson. Number 19, Buddy Matthews is injured as well. I forgot about that.
Oh well. That's what you get for trying to rip off friggin' everything.
And then Matt Hardy's injured but can do frequent little things, but he's wrestling with an injury, knee injury. Jeff Hardy's injured from the stupid thing. He has like a head injury.
Yeah, he must have a head injury to fucking go to a new company after claiming innocence for not, for the way he left that WWE show. I was like, something is definitely wrong with Jeff Hardy. And
Yes.
everybody's like, oh no, but it's coming out that he didn't really do anything. Really? As soon as he got to AEW, he immediately got another DUI? Really?
Yes. And that concludes the injury list for AEW. And that is 21 in total wrestlers.
Oh
Vel.
my god.
That is the highest injury list I have ever seen from one company in a year. And we still have 5
See,
months left. We still have five
and
months.
now this brings you back to the quote from Tony Khan to Jim Cornette.
Yes.
One of the more vocal critics, but at times also a lot of what he says is very fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, motherfucker, like 20 guys, 21 guys, well, 21 guys and gals.
Yes.
Like, wow. That is, oh boy. Tony Khan, if you're a big fan of Jim Cornette and you listen to a lot of the stuff that he says, no,
Listen
the
to
fuck
it.
you don't. No, the fuck you don't,
No,
though.
if he does, he needs to do what like not do exactly, but listen to it. Do you know what I mean?
But no, the fuck he doesn't, though.
Yeah, because
Because he
obviously the
literally, no, the
results,
fuck he doesn't.
and it
Oh my god.
and you can tell by the product.
Uh, like, why? Like, Tony Khan is a big fan of Jim Cornette. Like, the term mark wouldn't be used here because if you had a favorite wrestler or manager or ring announcer growing up, you know the difference
Yes.
between an overall favorite and just being a mark for the sport.
Yes.
Tony Khan is a mark for the sport, but he's a big fan of Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette is not a mark for the sport. He credits Jim Cornette with getting him into loving wrestling. He used to love watching Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express, and he used to love watching Jim Cornette in the WWF with Yokozuna and Owen Hart. Like, there, there were good times back then. Like, Tony Khan had a lot to look up to in Jim Cornette.
Yes.
But oh my god, it's like you're taking all the worst bits of like Vince Russo, Kevin Dunn story writing and throwing it into the hands of your executive vice presidents to let them do whatever the hell they want. It's no surprise that of the four executive vice presidents, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Matt, and Nick Jackson, three of them are injured. One of them had jumped ship.
Hmm.
Now, I don't want to hear any of you calling Cody Rhodes a traitor for leaving AEW
That is stupid and pitiful.
because it's I don't get it. It's like I've seen people all over the internet calling Cody Rhodes a traitor for leaving AEW and going back to WWE, but it's like AEW was not going to offer him a contract.
Or yeah, basically yeah.
Look at what Tony Khan's doing to MJF right now. Do you really think he actually gave a shit about Cody Rhodes? He's happy for him that Cody's back over doing what he wants to be doing and trying to main event finally in WWE. I mean, he's injured again. I wonder how that happened.
Well, he got injured from the working out.
Uh huh. Does WWE ever tell us the truth?
No.
No. Like look at the whole shit going on with Vince McMahon right now. Like if they were going over their spots for their big elimination chamber match. Oh, the elimination chamber. I'm sorry,
Hell
Hell
in a
in a Cell
Cell.
match. If they were preparing for their big Hell in a Cell match and Seth injured Cody, you would never hear about it because Seth almost killed Sting.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, hold on, hold on. You do not.
Seth put Finn Balor out of action for a whole long while. Do we remember the jumping knee that Seth Rollins did to John Cena's nose?
Well, you probably enjoyed that moment.
Do you think Chris Jericho's broken nose is bad? Did you see Cena's nose after Seth Rollins missed his spot again? Seth Rollins is the male version of Nia Jax.
Not as bad though. It's not back. Well, hold on, hold
No.
on. Hold on. Let me dispute. Hold on. Nia Jax was back to back. Seth Rollins was like year to year. Because Sting was injured the year before the year, and then Finn Balor was the year after, and then you can jump a couple years, and then you're back. Oh no, Cena then was at the 2014 the end, then Sting the year later, then the year after that was trying to remember who I said, but because I'm tired.
How,
Then jump ship, it's
but
Cody.
do you see the problem with this?
Yes,
Nia Jax injures people, and Nia Jax is released.
that's good.
Seth Rollins injures people, the biggest names in the entire fucking company, and he gets rewarded with more and more and more main event time.
But I like Seth Rollins, so you gotta take that. I'm obviously gonna defend Rollins there.
I like this. I like this new whatever the hell this is for Seth Rollins because like he's fun to watch. Because he just looks like he's having fun now. He doesn't look like he's all mad and grumpy for no reason. Like I like this character change.
You know why he's happy? Because the Authority has officially won and taken over WWE.
God, here we go.
I had to throw that one. He won in his mind. He won years later. If you look at it, jump ship. He won. He won.
Jamie Noble confirmed.
Nah, but out of that side, I see where you're coming from. And any other remarks for this Tony? Because we got out of pocket out of Tony.
I was never like spoiler alert. I was never gonna say anything nice about Tony Khan.
Tony Salami.
Like Tony Salon.
Yeah, Tony
No,
Salami.
I was never gonna say anything nice about Tony Khan. Like, there's a reason that I listen to Jim Cornette so much.
Oh yeah, of
There's a
course.
reason that everybody listening to this should listen to Jim Cornette's podcasts, both the Jim Cornette Experience and
The
the
Vanguard.
Drive Through.
The drive-through and the Vanguard experience. The Vanguard experience is the other one.
You need to. You need to listen to what he has to say about the AEW programming.
And then you'll see where Bill
Uh,
is coming from, and it would all. And then if you
if
look at the product, then it would all make sense.
if you are easily offended, do not watch Jim Cornette's podcasts
And if you're
because
like,
oh boy, language warning immediately.
yes, There is a
But
language
like
barrier.
this man loves the sport so much that once somebody starts to make a mockery of it, he is going for the jugular.
And for
And
people that hold on,
Tony Khan,
and for people that watch us and Jim Cornette or anybody, don't attack us. You only listen to what Jim Cornette says, or you only care about what Jim Cornette says. You only say positive things of Jim Cornette, not Tony Khan. It's not like that.
we're never gonna do that because this is why I had Sponge do that homework.
Yes.
Uh, WWE is flat out dog shit right now. Like you
Very.
don't have 21 injured members of the active roster, including 3 of your grand total of 5 ever world champions. Like you've had 5 AEW world champions ever. The only 2 that are not injured as of right now are Hangman Page and Jon Moxley.
Yes.
Chris Jericho, the first ever AEW world champion, out, injured.
Well, I don't think I think he's gonna
Kenny
wrestle with
Omega,
it. He's gonna wrestle with the broken nose with Kingston, but probably like in a couple weeks.
but he's still injured.
Yeah, he's still injured.
Kenny Omega, the third ever AEW world champion, out, injured. That man had the single the like the single most wins in AEW history at that point between solo singles matches and tag matches.
Yes.
Like before he was hurt, he ran a great program with Bryan Danielson. Like I was there at Grand Slam when he had that half an hour time limit draw with Bryan Danielson. That shit was amazing to and fun to watch. 'Cause that wasn't really AEW Kenny Omega. That was more flashes of New Japan Kenny Omega. Like that's the Kenny Omega you wanted to see against Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
Like the program that he had with Hangman Page beforehand that set everything in motion, that sent Hangman off into his spiral. He went off towards the Dark Order,
Mhm.
and then you had the revisiting of that and Hangman Page finally winning the AEW World Title away from Kenny Omega. Now, if Kenny Omega wasn't hurt and going away for months and months and months and months, I don't think Hangman would have really taken it that night. But I mean, who knows? It was definitely Hangman's time to win it. He had definitely been wrestling way better as of late, but nobody needs a Texas death match every other week.
Of course. Well.
Sponge, your volume went a bit low.
Oh, I said of course. Does that sound better?
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
like Lance Archer against Hangman Adam Page. I would watch that.
Yeah.
It would. It should, for all intents and purposes, that match should always be one-sided. With Hangman Adam Page on the shit end of the stick on that one because Lance Archer is literally a monster.
Superiorly.
Anybody who heard my references back to the SummerSlam episode,
Mhm.
Bobby Lashley versus
Theory.
Austin Theory.
No, no, he's theory. There's no Austin.
That's like the Big Show versus Daniel Bryan back in WWE. Who needed to see that?
Hey, don't forget Mark Henry in a steel cage match.
Oh God! Like, by the laws of gravity and the laws of size and the laws of force, like physical stopping power,
Yeah.
you put the Big Show up against anybody, there should be no way he loses.
Physically, no way, because that's like saying Hornswoggle beats the Big Show.
That happened once. We don't talk about that.
Thank God I didn't even know about it until
We
now.
don't. We don't talk about that.
Well, any raps for this?
I just think if Tony Khan's gonna kiss up to Jim Cornette
Hold on,
as
hold
he
on. Whoa,
should,
whoa. That's not what I meant. Like tomato wrap, spinach wrap. You know I work at Subway. Come on now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
but yeah.
If Tony Khan is gonna kiss up to Jim Cornette the way that he's been doing, and like referencing him as the reason he got me into wrestling, listen to Jim Cornette. Listen to what Tony Khan had to say. He goes, "Oh, great! Now he's gonna blame me for this."
Mhm.
Like, he's not a fan of what Tony Khan is doing, but he appreciates the gesture. Like, Tony Khan has great things to say about somebody who he idolizes, who was basically the reason that he got into professional wrestling. But if I got into professional wrestling because of Vince McMahon and I decided I wanted to run off after every female in the back in the locker room, that doesn't make him a good role model.
Exactly.
Or I'm just not following what he was teaching the right way. There you
Yeah.
go, guys.
Well, that concludes this Wrestle Launch. Wrestle, no, not Wrestle Launch. I fucked
Jesus
up.
Christ, we did 3 episodes and you did that twice.
Wrestle Relaunch on
There we go.
Bill's knowledgeable knowledge from this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. We are going to try to improve right now, as of this time of this recording. The SummerSlam one, the SummerSlam predictions should be up and running, so we should be good for y'all. I hope you guys have a great morning, night, and afternoon. Vil, anything else before we go?
Yeah, one last thing. Tonight, Saturday night, SummerSlam. I don't know what the hell time it's starting, but I will at least be here. I think Sponge will be here. We will. I
Attempt.
think we're going to be doing a live reaction for this
I'll
if he's
attempt.
here.
I'll attempt.
He'll attempt. If he's not
We're
here,
gonna do a
I'll
recording.
st- I'll join on. I'll jump in, and if he jumps in like mid show, I'll add him in, and we'll just have a night of it. But I will be here for SummerSlam live reactions.
And something helpful is please advertise to our new channel and get it everywhere.
Yes.
Thank you all. Have a great, wonderful year.